Oh boy. This is in reply to Ishmael Perez as a cosmic ambassador, and he talked about uh, multiple dimensions and parallel Earth, or he mentioned um, other versions of ourselves in consciousness, right? And uh, and I remember, for example, Patty Broussard mentioned to me one time that her energy, which is represented by her oversoul, if you will, is not running just one vehicle, multiple vehicles, right? Which means in other timelines, or if you will, or in other places that she's connected to, that is a part of the whole, which represents her whole. Okay, so I'm going to try and explain this by virtue of how I experience what I am, because I've shared this before in some of the videos that I've said. My energy is in everything. Okay, that's I am. I am what love is. It goes on forever, gifting electrons. So you understand, as an oversoul polarity integrator, that would be analogous as if I'm pulling all the energy that is in, that's ever been lost in time and space vectors, is all now being brought back in, like it's being compressed, which means energy, which is consciousness, from the smallest unit of energy to the largest formation of energy, which is the formation of consciousness, that has now been, if you will, compressed down into a single star, a cosmic level eternal sun. And now it's expanding itself out as if the first sun created the first image of itself, and then everything else that is in that mirror becomes a reflection of one. That's what it means to be integrated. That means that all of the energy that is represented by eternity is what we experience. That's why I've always said, what I do to you, I do to me. I am everything you are that I am, that I'm giving love to. That means you're experiencing eternity and another aspect of yourself, which is what love is. Because when you're experiencing what love is, and you're experiencing what love is in them, that's a different aspect of the same one, all creation. Which means wherever you find love in living spirit, you'll find us. That's what it is. That's how it works. I am what love is. It goes on forever, gifting electrons. That means that you are experiencing the accelerator, the prime accelerator, the first accelerator of eternal love, which is eternal light that goes on forever, gifting at the highest accelerated rate of speed, which is flash sequences that are so fast you can't detect it. Right? And the only reason you detect it is because of time and density. So when you're not experiencing density or dimension, then you're experiencing eternity that hasn't experienced itself in a dimension or density yet. That's the feedback speed. That's the ISO frame rate speed between eternity and now experiencing yourself in a hologram. Because you're the generator, the energy generator, which is the core vibration of your identity, my identity. My identity is eternity. Therefore, I'm always gifting electrons, because that's the source from which they all come in the beginning, right? The first. That's why it's called the law of one. One, being one with all creation. That's full-blown integration. Which means we are a part of the all creation that we're gifting love to. I am what you are what I am, we are what love is. We are what love is. The we, the all. That's what it means to be integrated. That means you have canceled out polarity, right? To become one with one. Now you're experiencing being one. Now you're free to be a co-creator. Have fun. See you later. Go green. All right, that's a green light. You're free to go. No collars and leashes and cages. Your consciousness and your energy is now no longer being held captive as a battery to be fed on by inverters. I know. Simple is as simple does. I used to say this when I was a little kid. Love is what love does with its energy. Love is consciousness energy. Love is eternal energy. Love is eternal consciousness. Love is eternal engine. The first engine of creation is an eternal engine of love. So that engine is always on, and that is the eternal spirit of fire. So when I saw Karen McDonald put up a cute little video of a circle of light with a circle of firelight, right, on a sidewalk, and I thought, imagine if we put this on every main drag, main street in every city on the planet, with a little circle and says, dance here, right? And then you saw people walking by and looking around. Anybody watching me? Yeah, the eternal sun. As above, so below. So you saw people going in the circle and they start to dance in different forms and flow. In other words, they weren't duplicating how they move with their legs and their arms and their head and the rest of their body to dance. The form follows the function, right? So what you're actually seeing is a spirit of fire dancing. They're dancing in spirit. The spirit in the form of the energy that is dancing in the form that we experience in our mirror. That's called a map read in the movement of energy. So you're seeing the spirit, the fire that is in that body, the fire, right? The spirit of fire, just like that's the spirit of fire dancing in that ring. See the circle? That's a circle of firelight. The eternal spirit of fire is always dancing. Dancing in song and dance. The language of dance and sounds. The songs of love. The innocence of that spirit.